Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. So today I've got a tutorial here for you on this really cute summer off the shoulder top with detailing in the middle. Hope you guys like it, and let's get started. First we're going to make the cup, which is this square area. You want to make it big enough so that it covers your breast. So start by making a chain long enough to fit you. We then do 2 chains at the end to act as a single crochet, like so. So this will make 22 single crochets back down. 3, 4, and so on back to the end. Onto the next row, we are repeating the same thing. So chain 2, single crochet, and single crochet along. We now just repeat doing the same thing of single crochets until the square is big enough for you. So back and forth, single crochets. I ended up doing 22 rows, and each row had 22 single crochets. To continue, chain 2, and then do a double crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1 stitch and go into the next stitch with the double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, and we're repeating this pattern to the end. If you had an even number of single crochets, you should be able to continue with 2 double crochets on the last 2 stitches. We're just going to repeat that exactly the same again. So chain 2, double crochet, chain 1, and then we go into the top of that double crochet below. So just copying the below row. I'm going to do this for another 3 more rows to make 5 rows of double crochets altogether. For the next row, I'm going to be doing 2 chains. So start by doing 1 double crochet, then chain 2, skip 2 stitches, so we'll be into this gap here. Chain 2, skip 2, so that'll be into the top. Chain 2, skip 2, double crochet. For the next row, it's just going to be 1 row of double crochets. So we did 22 single crochets, that makes 22 double crochets altogether. The next row is the same thing again, double crochets along. Onto the final row, slip stitch, 2, chain 3, and slip stitch back into that same stitch. 1, 2, 3, and chain 3, and slip stitch again. Slip 1, 2, 3, chain 3, and slip stitch back in. And just repeating that to the end of the row. We're going to work along the side now. Chain 2, and we're going to be doing double crochets along in any space you can find, but make sure you count how many you've done so as to do the same on the other side. And make sure to keep it even throughout. So I did 33 double crochets altogether. Turning around, we're going to do the same again. 33 double crochets back down. Now we've got to make the holes for the rope to go through. So I'm chaining 5 and slip stitching into the next stitch to create a loop. Now slip stitch along 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and in the 5th slip stitch, chain 5 and slip stitch into the next stitch. Again into the next 5, chain, and slip stitch. And of course repeating that till the end. Now we're going to make a whole another of what we just did. So start the video again and I'll meet you back here. Now that we've made the 2 side bits, our job is to make the middle part. So you're going to want to measure by putting the 2 parts up to your chest with a small gap in between. Measure the part at the back, and that's how many chains we're going to do. So I'd put these 2 parts up to my chest with about that much space in between. Then I measure around to get the length. I made 55 chains. So now we're going to copy the exact same pattern along the big part. So we start with the single crochets. I did 22 rows in the first part, so I'll do 22 rows here. Single crochets, then follow the double crochet chain pattern, the double crochets at the end, and then the little bubbles at the end. And I'll come back when we've done that. So here I've finished the back part. We can now work on joining them all together. Join the two sides up with a slip stitch. Place them together so they're even, and then slip stitch to join them together. Continue joining them together all the way down to the bottom, making sure they're aligned. When you do the other side, make sure the seam is on the same side as we've just done. Here I'm joining from the bottom this time. Slip stitch. And then of course slip stitch along to join. Working on the arm straps now. We make a chain big enough to fit around your arms. I did 38 chains. Join to the other side with a slip stitch. Then chain 2 and double crochet in each chain back around. When you get back, slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet. The next row is the same, chain 2 and double crochet all the way around. Next, chain 2, double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet. Once the arm piece was done, I joined it by chaining 5, slip stitching, double crocheting back along and then slip stitching back onto the piece. You're going to repeat that again for the other side. Bringing the tutorial to an end, I did a chain to create the middle part, looped it in and tied a bow. Thank you for watching the tutorial. I hope you guys all enjoyed it and I will see you next time. Bye!